Hi, welcome to Integrated Intuitive. My name is Katie. Most people think that tightness in our hips or low back pain is a result of our lifestyle. Maybe we are driving too much, or maybe we sit behind a desk all day. And that definitely is true. That kind of lifestyle can lead to lower back pain and tight hips. But it is usually resolved through stretching or massage. But if you're finding that stretching and massage isn't working, it might not be your muscles. It could be fear. As a massage therapist and energy worker, I have learned that the hips are the body's emotional junk drawer. They hold fear that we never got to let go of. Either we weren't ready or we didn't know how. So why the hips? Why do the hips become the natural storage for fear? Well, fear is a survival emotion and it activates the fight or flight response. One of the first muscles to be recruited is the psoas. The psoas acts as a lever to help us run and to curl in, to protect our organs. And it connects the spine to the legs. When the psoas stays partially shortened long after the threat is gone, we call this chronic contraction. And if it stays contracted too long, we start to see anterior pelvic tilt, where the hips tilt forward, making the back muscles and the spine compress. The shortened psoas also affects our respiration. Where it's attached, it shares fascia chains with the diaphragm, making it hard to breathe, especially when we are in a fearful state or anxiety. And one other system it affects is the nervous system. It's called nervous system hypervigilance. The nervous system is constantly in that ready to react mode, and it really makes it hard to rest or to wind down at all. The hips really do sit at the crossroads of three different systems. Fear in the psoas is one of the most powerful somatic patterns, but it is also one of the most transformative when it's released. There are three different types of fear. Instinctual fear, which we find in the psoas, it's that fight or flight that kicks in, and it is the survival fear. The next one is emotional fear, and the emotional fear is actually stored in the iliacus, and that is the fear of rejection or the fear of abandonment. And the third fear is the existential fear, and that is fear of change, fear of moving forward, even fear of success. So that reminds me of a story that I want to tell real quick. So there was a woman that I work at a spa, and she came in and she was just there for a relaxation massage, nothing more. She had been living with chronic back pain and tight hips, and she said she tried everything and she pretty much succumbed to the fact that this is her life. She just wanted a full body. I didn't have to focus on the lower back or the tight hips, but it's the nature of a massage therapist to give a little extra TLC to those tight areas. When I was working on her and I got to her lower back and her hips, I had heard, ask her why she is so afraid of success. And that was it. Usually spirit steps in and they talk to me the whole massage, and it's kind of hard for me to focus, but I'm learning. But that was all she said. After the massage, with her permission, I told her what message I had received and that I thought it might have been an older lady, like a grandmother figure. I never tried to guess. And she was just about to say, "I'm not," but then I could see that light bulb come on and she stopped mid-sentence. And she had told me that her grandmother died almost to the date of this massage that we were doing. And she said it would be totally something that she would say. And she was positive it was her grandmother. I'm not sure what she did with that information. She did tell me she was seeing a therapist and was gonna talk about her session with me. But I hope that she is doing well, and I hope that she was able to answer that question and really put trust in herself. And I hope that she found relief in her tight hips and lower back. I work in a spa, so I never really hear back from the people I work on, but I sure hope she's doing well. You know, facing our fears is one of the hardest things that we can do. Let's talk about the chakras. So again, there's 3 chakras. So we have 3 body systems, 3 types of fear, and now there are 3 chakras, which makes sense, right? The root chakra really does mirror the psoas and the instinctual fear, that survival fear, right? Because that's what the root chakra, that's the energy it holds. Survival, safety, our jobs, our family, and it also keeps us grounded. But so the root chakra really does ask the question, am I safe? Can I move forward? So the next chakra is our sacral chakra, and it is one of the more emotional chakras because it is closely connected to its second auric field. It's also our creativity, and I feel like in this situation when we're dealing with fear, it asks the question, can I express myself creatively? And the last chakra is the solar plexus, and that connects with the existential, has to do with identity, standing in our power, willpower, determination. And I guess you could ask the question, can I move forward with this chakra too? But it also asks the question, do I belong here? It correlates with your identity. I don't think as individuals that we each just have one type of fear. I believe that they are layered in all of us at one point in time. We all experience fear. If your hips feel tight and you feel like it's more emotional than physical, you're not imagining it. Tell me in the comments how you feel like fear might be sitting in your body. Do you have tight hips or low back pain? Now, I want to tell you that I am not a therapist or MD. I can only practice within the scope of my license, but I'm just curious. I can't offer advice, but what I can do is offer stretches that you could do. There's also some good practices that you can do with breath work. If you take a look at my previous videos on chakras, they're quick, but they have a lot of information in them. So I would suggest that if you are not familiar with the chakra system. And yeah, they give some great breath work tips and some great tips to dissipate the adrenaline and cortisol that keeps those muscles shortened and keeps us in that fight or flight. All right, you guys, thanks for sticking around for this video. I know it was kind of long, but I hope you all have a great day, and I hope you got something from this. Let me know in the comments below if this helped you at all and how you might be holding fear and what kind of fear you're holding. All right, take care. Love you all. Bye.